Okay, hello and welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to establish connection between Eclipse and a specific database server. We will use for this tutorial MySQL database and Eclipse. We will establish a connection and we will test whether it is working, and we will write some queries. We will just create a web application after this tutorial to create a simple web application based on a database. And here we will just explore the MySQL database, how we can work on it during development. We will just create a connection and store it in Eclipse for future development or for future reference. So whether you are developing an application at some point you require to grab the driver name, or you want to just have the connection URL, you can just store it as a reference in Eclipse, and you can use it as and when required. So let's move here and let's change the perspective back to Java EE development, enterprise development. Okay, so let's move this screen away from here. Okay, now what we have is that first we need to start the database, and then we will establish the connection from Eclipse, and we'll store it the connection permanently over here. So let's go to the console prompt. One more thing I would like to point over here, I'm using the Fedora Core 16 as an operating system, not Windows, cause this is the free environment, open source environment, and it is primarily used for development as a server as well as for the client development also we can use it. And everything we are using here and we are demonstrating here is based on the open source nature of the application development. So I'm using this operating system. Maybe your operating system will be different, and some database related activities that I'm going to do here, like starting the service and then connecting to the database, will be quite different, but doesn't matter. At the end you have to develop an Eclipse interface, will remain same. The process I'm demonstrating over here, everything will be similar in all the environment, whether it is Macintosh or it is going to be Windows OS. So here is the console I'm going to start with, and simply I want to start the console, so I hit on it, and the console prompt, it is going to be here. This is bash shell prompt of the Linux operating system. So in order to start a service, first I need to log in as a root or whatever you have administrator login in Windows based environment. Let's use the super user. Okay, I hit the password and I got the administrative rights over here. So in order to start the service, I give this command systemctl start mysqld.service. okay, the service got started. So now in order to log into database from here, the command I'm going to type, it will be same on the Windows based platform or Macintosh. If you need to start the MySQL and you want to get a connection with the MySQL, so you write mysql-u for username, root-p, and leave it blank, hit enter. It will prompt you for password. You write root. This same process, mysql-u root-p, this command you need to enter in the Windows environment also, if you have configured your MySQL in the in the path of the Windows shell. Okay, so we got the MySQL prompt over here. So first of all, we need to see here something like I want to view complete databases available in my server. So I write show databases semicolon at the end of every command. Show databases will list all the databases available over here. As you can see, information schema, MyDB, MySQL performance schema, test, and web store DB are few databases available. Now, like suppose I want to simply create a database over here. So how do I do? Or if I have a database, how do I use it? Like say I have MyDB database already created, so I type here use MyDB, and my database is changed into this database MyDB. Now in order to list all the tables available in this database, we have the command show tables. So there are 3 tables, EMP, user, and product, available in this database, that is MyDB. Now if I want to see the content, or like I want to just execute a select query on one of the table, like a write select asterisk from user, okay, and hit semicolon. Okay, I got the content, there is one row in this table, and so this way we generally work on database. The command SQL command, DDL, DML, all are similar for all the databases we have, but the thing is how we establish connection quite is different in different kind of vendors based applications. So this is how we establish. And if you need to create your own DB, you can write this create database and name of the database, like say I call it customer DB. Okay, so the database is created. You want to use it, you write use customer DB. Okay, you want to create a table over here, just you write here create table customer, like I say cust id int cust name, that is going to be varchar 50, and I say customer phone, that is going to be big int, and customer email, that is going to be varchar 100. okay, So just query OK, it means table is created. Now if you want to insert some record, insert into customer values, like I say customer ID is 1, customer name is Shoaib Khan, and customer phone number I want to hit here 9999016665, and customer email here, that is a varchar nature, shoaibrazakhan@gmail.com. let's test it. Okay, saber customer does not exist as it is very case sensitive. Like collation setting you need to change actually before working on. If you want to just the table name or the column name, it need not to be case sensitive. So okay, it's affected. So select all from customer, and you can see here, okay, one database I have created another table customer, and inside customer table I have created 4 column in which I have inserted a record with some dummy values. So that's it here. Now let's see if this we can work on this interface, like from a shell prompt we can interact with the database server installed on our this machine. So how we will is to work in a web application in development environment with databases, and for this I am going to give you in this tutorial how you will create a connection over here and permanently store it in Eclipse for getting the reference. So first, when you are in EE development perspective, you can see there is a database explorer, data source explorer. Okay, so in this data source explorer, what you are going to do, okay, if this data source explorer is not available or you are in some other perspective, like say right now I am going to be in Java perspective for normal Java application development, here what I can see that this particular window or this particular palette is not available. How would I enable that palette? Okay, I told you earlier also, you come to window, show view, and choose the palette you wish from here. If it is not in the list, go to others, like I want data source, I click on data or I enter data and data source explorer popped up. Click OK and this will be available. Okay, so whether you are in any perspective, it doesn't matter, that any of the palette can be included. So the main purpose of this video or this demonstration is to show you how to establish connection between Eclipse environment and your MySQL or any kind of database you have. Okay, so we have this database connection option here. Right click on it, click on new. You can see series of list of databases available through which you can establish connection. Google Cloud SQL, DB2 from IBM, HSQL for Hibernate SQL, DB, MySQL, Oracle, Postgres. A lot of databases are there. We are going to use MySQL. You selected any database you have installed on the machine, and the name you need to establish give over here for the connection. Like I say, MySQL connection. Okay, and hit next. Here we have options for driver. We are going to click on this new driver definition. Fine. In this new driver definition, you have to choose the version of the database you have installed. I have installed MySQL 5.0 on my machine. I am sure about it. I go to jar list, and here we see some sample jar name that we need to remove. We need to have our database specific jar file that is simply a type 4 driver, that is that should be somewhere in your machine. Like I have this already downloaded in my machine, or you can get it from my blog. I will post it over there, and you can come over here. Like you can see, I have this jar file, MySQL connector Java 5.0. it's very small, around 495 KB, and it can be downloaded from the MySQL website, or it can be downloaded from the Oracle website also. Okay, so I require this jar file in every application. I need to create a connection with the database, and I want to fetch some record, I want to interact with database. I require this type 4 driver. I will explain in the database series how to work on this database specific application. So I need to add this jar. I go to the same location, that is here. I can see this MySQL connector. I click on OK. I come to the properties, and here I need to make certain changes to the property. What it says that a driver already exists with that name. Please provide a unique driver name. So what I will do here, I will just change the name, driver name MySQL JDBC driver 5. Okay, jar list and properties here. I need to specify the database name. I have created there a database which you can see that just I created customer DB. So I just need to change it to customer DB over here, customer DB. And here also in the connection URL you need to make the changes, customer DB. Here it is asking for the username, and by default it is root, and password also you need to specify. Okay, so let's save the password and click on this test connection button. What it says, things succeeded. It means now you can fetch the records, or you can see the you can edit the record, you can work on the database operation from using the graphical tool, this data source explorer available with Eclipse. You have established a connection with my MySQL database. Click next and hit finish. Okay, so now let's explore the database connection we have established just now. Here double click on this data source explorer to maximize the window. You see your customer DB. Graphically it will be represented using this Eclipse IDE feature. Expand on it, you can see schemas, table, procedures, everything over here. Customer DB. Okay, it contains a lot of things like table. Just we have created no store procedure, no function, nothing is there. So expand it and you see a customer table. Okay, let's see, I want to view some record. If it is available over there, I go to data, right click, come to data, and then you can see sample contents. Okay, here is the result, sample contents available, one record over here. You click on it to make it viewable, the command query also, and this is the result. When you click on this, the query and displaying the result in single tab, query as well as the result output will be displayed over here. Okay, so filter the result if you want. You can also change the view how it is display result in text mode. I can just uncheck it and I can expand the result here. This is the query that has been executed as result of this graphical interaction. Select asterisk from customer and result that is displayed, one record fetched from the database. If you want to edit the database and you want to enter more record, you can right click on it, data, and you can simply say here edit. Okay, again if you want to insert a new record, hit 2. Like Shoaib Khan, it is already there. I want to enter another record. Let's say if I enter a number over here, 9891 something. Okay, and niv@scl.com, hit enter. Okay, fine, this record must be entered in the database by now. You can just close it and it asks for changes. You click yes, and let's check whether it is inserted or not. Switch back to our console prompt and again issuing the same command, select asterisk from customer. Okay, this record has been inserted. So it's not an application, don't get a myth like we have created an application, a project in which we are inserting record or we are fetching the record. It's just Explorer, a kind of view available in Eclipse to manage and store the connection with the databases. A lot of databases you are working in day-to-day application, so that you can easily grab, like for example you are building an application, you wish to know the driver, like in when you are loading the driver in your application using the class.fontName method, you come to the properties here, then you go to the driver properties, you come to edit the driver, and what you can see here in the properties, you get the driver name. This you need to copy in the class.fontName method. You need the connection for like driver manager get connection method you are calling, you need to give you the URL. Here's the URL. So this thing will help you ease the development. There is nothing like memorizing these driver name or connection name. These are like facts that everyone knows, and these are depends or varies from vendor to vendor. So we have established the connection, and this is all about this demo. Okay, thank you for watching.